Mm,
Like me and Spence, we got a bunch of different ways in which we show up for our loved ones.
right.
I love that.
Yeah. I
But
hope
go
like
ahead.
I just like I hope he had that same feeling when he was doing it for those other artists and even for himself. Like I know that he was really feeling it with this song. I also hope that he was feeling it
He should have.
for when, he was doing it for those other ones because he brought so much music. Like literally throughout this whole movie, I was like, this is my childhood because these songs did so much. He did Hollaback Girl for Gwen Stefani. Like that
Stop.
song. I'm not even kidding. He did
That
that
makes
song. That
sense.
was like
Think about the beat. It
that
makes sense.
yeah, yeah. Like he has done so many songs from my childhood, and I love all of his music. Even N.E.R.D. like is one of my favorite like groups of all time. When they started playing some of the songs from his albums on there that were like deep cuts that not a lot of people remember listening to, I was like, man, this fucking album's so good. I actually had to listen to the album again
Yeah.
because it was so good. Um, and it's so out there. And I hope he realizes that a lot of people have loved his music throughout the years. Him, Chad, everybody. Like I hope he understands that like their music has
Change
brought so
lives.
much happiness. And it's not just because of happy, but it's because of everything else that they've done throughout their careers. And I hope he realizes that.
Everything you just said, Spence, is what I say to clients.
Mm,
I hope you realize this one day
yeah.
that not just the one thing that you did when they fell down or they were crying or they were hurt, but all the ways in which you showed up for people or your family or your community or your hood. Hope you realizing how much impactful that really means. Hope you realizing how much your identity means to continue surviving. Everything you just said is exactly what I say to people.
Mm,
Um, so that all of you listen to what Spencer said, but search your soul. And I hope you realize that the small things in which you've done mean a lot to you and others. Maybe just for your career, your life, your well being, your family. So then you can be like, hey, man, I'm from the mud, but I'm from the water, right? Well, now we here and we're
mhm.
safe and we're content and we can have money and buy shit, have vacations, eat healthy foods. All my clients, Nas, when is it going to change? A couple more years. I was just talking to a boy today. I said, maybe about 5 years. Finish your PhD in a couple years and you got a couple years of working. I said, no one will ever own you after this because your resume will be so stacked. If you hate a job, you'll be able to go anywhere in the world. As a PhD black man, the world is yours after this. You just got to get their first job, build your resume. And I love telling people that soon they will be unchained. Um, World's wild, man. Love what you said, Spence. So we're going to pivot into something, and then we're going to get out of here. But we're going to pivot into some real shit with Kendrick Lamar and all this, and kind of how it ties into the wild shit that's going on right now in California, Spencer.
Yes. So, during this time period, I want to say it was either 2013, 2015 when To Pimp a Butterfly came out. But this album by Kendrick Lamar, I just want to just flat out say this. It's one of my favorite albums of his of all time. Like it's so great just talking about being black in America. I probably played it for you in the car or something like that,
Mhm.
and like it's one of those albums where you're like, this is huge. And didn't know until like a few years ago that Pharrell even did the beat for All Right. I was like, I actually didn't know until this. No, I knew it before because I looked it up. But like when this movie came out and they started playing the clips, and it was like, oh yeah, his voice is on All Right. He was the one doing "He Gonna Be All
All
Right,"
right.
and then I was like, oh, because it's one of my favorite tracks. And but during this time, it was when Trayvon Martin was killed, murdered, and a lot of these Black Lives Matter protests started happening. Actually, I want to say, I think it was in 2020. Unfortunately, Pharrell's cousin was actually murdered by police
Oh,
as well, and so I think it cut even deeper,
Yep.
especially now that he has time to really even think about that and just process that in general, which that's not an easy thing to do. Um, but for this song, he really took time to make a song that was for people that were struggling. And it's a song that people play to this day for protests, and then even for just trying to make sense of what's happening in the world. And just by saying it's we gonna be all right. When that hook comes in, you know exactly what it means, especially people of color. They know exactly what it means. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna make it through this, no matter what. And just goes to show that, you know, greatness just equals more greatness. Because Pharrell giving this beat to Kendrick Lamar was something that I think really projected this song to be something amazing, which it is. So
Poetry for the community, for the struggle, for resilience, for existence is resistance. Like, you're not going to kill us. And maybe you do take our bodies, but people will continue to live and move on. It's the same type of vibe for Arabs now. It's the same type of vibe for brown people now in California. Is, you know, they try to exterminate you, and to exist, to continue moving on, continue to have joy and happiness instead of becoming this husk of an individual. I love that Pharrell was part of that. But him talking about the Black community and the pain and the word that he used, right, that I can't spell, the juxtaposition of being Black and how the world is positioned against you, right? It's not parallel, right? It's this against you, this intersection in which you exist, which makes it hard to live. And you can use this for other folks of color, other marginalized identities, queer, trans, and all that stuff. But like specifically focusing on Black folk, though, it is in effects and oozes throughout every single facet of your life, economically, politically, education-wise, all of it. Through genetic, all of it. It affects everything. And this is when we get into things like critical race theory. You know, we can't read about it anymore because they kicked it out of schools. But my dissertation was called critical disability theory, was just a subsection out of that theory, just for disabled folks. And so we see this, and so many people understand and how Blackness has changed their lives, but then so many other people will be like, it's fine, just work harder, or your lives aren't that bad, or you should be grateful. I'm like, motherfucker, people ain't got food or education. You tearing people's families apart. Like, you don't understand what has happened through the eons of this. Of these folks, this Black population, this generation. I had a student that was talking, man, I'm about to go Nat Turner on these motherfuckers, dog. I'm like, wait a minute, not Nat Turner. Google Nat Turner, people.
Nat Turner didn't survive.
Didn't survive. He cut up some folks though.
Yeah, and he was also eaten.
He was. Oh my God.
They made like leather shit out of his skin. It's terrible. Jeez. White people are terrible. I'm sorry. Like, a lot of those white people were terrible.
Back then it was bad.
Yeah. It was bad, bro. It was bad.
Jesus, that's a tasty one.
Yeah.
So I said, wait a minute, you're not going full Turner. He said, no, man, brother was crazy. But like, hey, sometimes shit needs to be handled. And it's just saying that though, or knowing the story of like Nat Turner and that fucking trauma of being a slave and then starting a rebellion and uprising of slaves against their masters. Well, who else is talking about that? White folk ain't talking about that. White folks weren't going through that. And so it's like...
Irish.
Oh, here we go.
Irish slaves, son.
Motherfuckers.
Irish slaves, son. We struggled.
Yep.
We had to assimilate, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, I can't tell who's Irish right now. I can tell who's Black, though. So I just love this. I love the Lego sets. I love everything about it. I really hope people listen to this and watch this, specifically with what's going on in LA is you're going to get these protests and you're going to get people speaking out and you're going to get some other wild shit at night too. But, you know, with this, the village, what do they say? The person that is unloved by the village, or the village that is, no, the person that is unloved or cared for by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth.
Mhm.
And it's very true that the riots are the voices and the hatred of the unheard and unloved. You know, I'm not gonna say much on the topic because I ain't trying to get fucking certain things canceled for my nonprofit now, because now it's a full thing. But don't condone violence. But also, I understand why these people are doing certain things, and also there's a lot of like good stuff that's going on. But I'll stay in that realm. My heart goes out with everyone that's out there, and all the people that's being affected, and everyone that's being deported. My heart goes out to everyone. So, thank you, Spence, for bringing this. It's a bad motherfucker here, right here, and just the poster right there of Pharrell, just so creative, so autistic. I love to see it. I love to see autistic joy, or just neurodivergent joy, black joy. Love it. Love it, Spence.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone, go out. Go on Netflix. Go out. Go out
Go out.
Netflix. Go outside and just put it on your phone.
Touch grass.
There you go. Touch grass while you're watching this movie. Yeah. Go watch Piece by Piece on Netflix. It is a great story, and you'll probably really enjoy the music as in there as well. Because he didn't just do hip hop, he was doing everything. He literally did everything.
He did it all.
Yeah, it was crazy. But go please check out this movie. And thanks everybody for watching. I'm Spencer. That's Nas. This is Different Spencer Podcast.
All right, everyone. Much love. And remember, take care of yourselves.
Or don't.
It's completely up to you. Peace. Yeah, what button stops this shit?
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop!